First up on the show, the United States is negotiating a UN Security Council resolution that proposes a temporary ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war while opposing a major Israeli ground offensive in Rafah. But it is not clear when the draft resolution will be put to vote. So far, on all the UN actions on Israel-Hamas, the United States has consistently rejected demands for an outright ceasefire. International concerns have been heightened by the Israeli plan to storm Rafah, where over 1 million Palestinians are sheltering. All EU countries except Hungary have called for an immediate humanitarian pause in the war. So far, though, the European Union has struggled for a united response against Israel's military operations. But now the bloc's foreign policy chief, Joseph Borrell, has said 26 member states have agreed on a statement demanding a halt to the fighting that would lead to a sustainable ceasefire. The EU countries have reiterated their calls to Israel not to launch an assault in Rafah. Israel, on the other hand, is warning that unless Hamas frees all hostages, its offensive will continue, even in the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. The War Cabinet member Benny Gantz has said that Israel is ready to push deeper into Rafah during Ramadan that starts on March 10th. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has completed a second evacuation mission from Gaza's Nasser hospital. The UN agency said efforts are still continuing to transfer the remaining patients. The WHO said the site has no electricity or running water, while medical waste and garbage are creating a breeding ground for disease. Now, the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will undergo a litmus test in the Knesset or Israeli parliament as two unpopular conscription laws make it to the Knesset and might endanger Benjamin Netanyahu's coalition. For more on this, we earlier spoke to our correspondent Jody Cohen for the latest.
So there are two draft laws and they touch on a sensitive topic in Israel, and that's the drafting of students in yeshivas, which are Jewish colleges. Now, yeshiva students are currently exempt from army service, and that's because the ultra-Orthodox believe that studying and prayer are as powerful in protecting Israel as the army is. Now, it's unlikely that the ultra-Orthodox parties will leave the coalition over these two draft laws, and that's because polls indicate that an alternative government would possibly take a stronger stance against this military exemption for yeshiva students. There's also indications of a potential compromise solution. We know that the army doesn't need all of the yeshiva students. That there could be a compromise where they draft students who don't study in yeshivas full time. But this is an emotive topic that may well be the subject of protests going forward while a compromise is sought.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.